All right, cool. We'll start tonight. First question from James Ham.
Hey, Harrison, why does it seem like your team really struggles with success? You guys just came off a 5-game win streak, and here you are right back sort of in the same position you were after your 7 of 8 earlier in the season.
For us, it's finding that consistency and uh, how we play and not playing to our opponent. I mean, I think every single night, we match who's ever on the floor. If we're playing a good team, we're gonna bring our A game. If we're playing a team that's equal with us in the standings, then maybe our effort is less. Whatever it is, we always come out a different way every single game based off who we're playing. I think for us to be a consistent team, for us to win consistently, we have to do our habits consistently. We can't be great on Monday and then lackluster on Wednesday and then non-existent on Friday.
Next question to Sean Cunningham.
Hey, Harrison, when you guys looked at that fourth quarter, did you see the defense get even worse along the way in that fourth quarter, or was that just a byproduct of going cold in the fourth?
I mean, defensively, we have to be better. I mean, just looking about that game, we were scoring baskets, and so were they. Their guys were getting into a rhythm. And then down the stretch, obviously, they have talented players, but, we have to do a better job of, forcing them, to take tough shots. I mean, they were getting easy shots. They were getting to the free throw line. Little mental mistakes when we're not making baskets. We couldn't overcome that tonight.
Marshall Harris.
Harris, can you talk just a little bit about D'Angelo Russell? And I know, obviously, he's missed the last 26 games. I don't know if you guys even scouted for him at all in your game prep, but he seemed to be the difference there in the fourth quarter.
I mean, we know what he brings to the game. Obviously, come out of injury or not, we know that he was a point of emphasis. And down the stretch, they ran their offense through him and Towns, high pick and roll. And obviously, like I said, that's a tougher matchup for us. But at the end of the day, we're going to see this team 2 more times here in the near future. So we have to be alert of that in the fourth, but more importantly, throughout the entire game, not letting these guys get into a rhythm.
Sean Cunningham again.
HB, I just wanted to, first time talking to you since Roy Williams decided to step down, and now that you have Hubert Davis in the mix over at Carolina, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that hire.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Williams, man, I mean, he was one of those guys, I thought he was going to coach forever. It was crazy, when that news came through my phone. I almost didn't believe it. I was nervous at first. Obviously, didn't want it to be a health-related thing, but now that he was healthy, he just decided to step down. A legend. Definitely so thankful for him giving me the opportunity to come to UNC. And then with Hubert, I think it's nice to kind of have that transition. A guy who played at UNC, who had a career, who came back, was underneath coaches tutelage, and now we'll take the program to that next level. So I'm excited to see what he does with the program.
Next question to Jason Jones.
Yeah, Harrison, you talked about, how you play based on the other team and where their standings are and things of that sort. Just, is that almost an internal thing where you guys, as the players, have to decide that can't keep happening? And how do you shake that? Because, I mean, you've been on teams that, earlier in your career that started off and ascended, but was there a moment where it just clicked where, hey, we got to stop doing this?
It boils down to maturity. It doesn't matter what another team's record is. At the end of the day, every team has NBA players. Every team has, all-stars. Every team has coaches that have been on playoff benches, that have made deep runs. So on any given night, any team can beat anybody. You can't look at a standing, a record, and say, okay, well, this team's here, this team's there. This is what this team has done in the last 5 games. It matters what you do every single night. And we've done that against good teams, good defenses, good offenses, whatever you want to call it. And we've had inconsistencies, other nights. So I think with us, our biggest thing, especially coming down this stretch, is finding that consistency every single night, saying, look, if we want to make the playing game, if we want to make the playoffs, we have to be consistent, because us coming out here being inconsistent is going to cost us, whether it's down the stretch, whether it's in a play-in series or playoff series.
A few more for HB. Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Harrison, Luke mentioned a few games ago about, these games being high intensity. They have accelerated, since the second half of the season. Do you feel, or do you talk about, the other team coming in, with probably more of a chip on their shoulder, since the season is pretty much, headed to the end?
This is where teams start locking in. They start tightening up. Playoff teams are trying to jockey, for position, and teams like us who are on the cusp are trying to get in, and we have to have that sense of urgency that there is really no tomorrow, right? You get down too many games, the margins start to widen, and you're not gonna be able to make up that difference. So for us, if we don't come out with a sense of urgency, then it doesn't mean that much to us.